Carter Clements. We're so excited you're here. Thank you for coming to our Care for Carter fundraiser. We have so much going on today. We have awesome auction items on the front of the stage. We also have
welcome again to Care for Carter. My name's Curtis. My latest announcement is his voice is legendary across the country and around the world. He is the voice of Fenway Park, the voice of our beloved Red Sox. He is Carl Bean, and he's here in the room right now. If you'd like to get your photo taken with the legend, Carl Bean, come on up here over to the corner where the DJ setup is, and we'll start the line. It's $10 to get your picture taken with Carl. Proceeds go to Care for Carter. Once again, it's time to get your picture taken with Carl Bean. He has his championship rings from our world champion Red Sox, so you get to put the rings on your fingers and hold them up for the photo. Starts right now. Come on up. Carl Bean's coming, and so are you. Come on up and get your picture taken.
Of them, they're here, they're at the raffle table, which is at the back of the room over near where the bar is. Y'all know where the bar is? So if you need to get your raffle tickets, let's move over there and get them. You have 10 minutes left to bid on the first round of items, and then it's going to be raffle time, and then it will be time for round 2. On behalf of Care for Carter, thank you so much for being here today.
Pizza is coming. Silver Palette is on their way to the rescue. There are more pizzas on the way. Also, from 5 minutes ago forward, soft drinks and water are free at the bar. If you want cocktails, you will still have to buy them, but soft drinks and water are being covered by Carter's grandparents, my mom and dad. So I know. So many people to thank, it's crazy. The fact that the Chelmsford Elks let us come here and do this here today is just terrific, and they've been wonderful to us. So many of you had kind of the same questions, so I'll just kind of run through a little bit, and then we'll be done. And maybe by the time I'm done talking, the pizza will be here and you can go back to eating. When we first found out that Curtis and Anna were going to run a fundraiser for Carter, the first thing that I wanted to do was get in touch with the policemen, the fire department personnel, and the EMTs that saved Carter's life. And I contacted the police, and I contacted the fire department, and I contacted the EMTs, and I contacted the hospital, and they all said, "Oh, yeah, it was just, part of the team." I said, "No, I want to know the individuals. I want to do something for these guys. They saved my kid's life. I want to give them a plaque or buy them a meal or something." And their response it really made me stop and think about the fact that, to me, to my husband, to my family, and to some extent to all of you, the fact that Carter crashed that car into that tree was kind of a life-altering moment. And then when I tried to find out who the guys were that saved his life, I realized that these guys do that every single day. Every day, they're out there saving people's lives. So, instead of trying to find out who exactly it was, what we're doing is, thanks to a very generous donation procured by my friend of more than 20 years, Linda Lee. We were 2 when we met. She works at Travazon, a travel agency in Woburn. They were not able to donate a trip, but what they did do is donate a $200 American Express gift card. And so rather than include that in one of the auctions or the raffles, we opted to send that over to the the Westford Police and Fire Department. I understand they're all in the same building. So kind of a fill the fridge thing, you know, just send some money over to them. The whole team, not just the guys that were in that car on that day, but for everybody. So that's $200. Thanks to Libby and to Travazon. And the EMTs, the police, and the firemen that all did a fabulous job were actually not the very first responders when Carter had his accident. There was a woman who drove up the street, came upon the scene, saw that there had been an accident and that there was someone in the car. And she pulled over to the side of the road, told her own kid, "Stay put in the back seat, do not get out of this car." And she went across the street and she saw that there was smoke coming out of under the hood, and that the car was crushed in so that Carter was pinned, he couldn't get out. And he was unconscious. And she opened the passenger door and got in to that car that had smoke coming out the hood. Did I mention that? She got into that car and pushed the windshield up off of him so that he would have more space and would be more comfortable. And she called the police. Stop. Don't you, because I will. Don't. She called the police and she said, "Listen, this kid is trapped in this car. I cannot get him out, and there is smoke coming out from under the hood. Get here now." That woman, it turns out, was the school nurse at South Row Elementary School in Chelmsford. And so when I found out who she was, the first thing we did, Steve and I sent her an edible arrangements thing and food, because of course I first think of food. And Curtis, where is he? Curtis sent her a bunch of flowers and signed it simply, "From everybody who loves Carter. Thank you for being there for him." So she's, you know, what do you say? The woman. So even before all the prayers started, somebody was watching, and somebody sent an angel to take care of our kid. Now, I would never have found out who that nurse was if it wasn't for our next-door neighbor, Bonnie. Turns out Bonnie drives the school bus and has the route where the nurse lives. So Bonnie is the one who let me know who the nurse was and made it so I could get in touch with the nurse and say thank you. Bonnie is also the one. Has she shown up? Is she here? Hi, Bonnie. Wait till I tell you what she did, and then you can really give her a hoot and a holler. Not only has she been watching the house, bringing in the mail, taking out the trash, she's been feeding the cats every day so that Steve and I could stay in the ICU with Carter. She's cleaned the litter box. She cleaned our litter box. I say thank you a lot these days. There aren't enough thank yous in the world for Bonnie. So, we have 2 gift certificates that have been donated by the Trey Amici restaurant in Littleton, Massachusetts. Trey Amici is the place where Carter had driven to on Friday afternoon on January 20th to have his job interview, which he aced. He was going to get a job there. He did get a job there. And it was coming home from that interview that he chose to drive down that miserable, stinking curvy, yucky road. And Lillian is the gal at Triamici who was in charge of, she's the one who interviewed him, she's the one who was going to hire him. And she has called us repeatedly to find out how he's doing, to check in and tell us how much that she's wishing him well. They sent us 2 gift certificates, like I said. So Bonnie, to thank you, I'm giving you one of those gift certificates instead of putting it out on the raffle, just to say thank you very much. The other of those 2 gift certificates will be the door prize from today. So if your number that's on your wristband is the number that's called later on this afternoon, you'll get the other one of those Triamici gift certificates. So again, I'm back to food, right? Is the pizza here yet? Okay, pizza is not here yet. Curtis is busy taking pictures of Mr. Bean and the beautiful rings. The fact that we have Carl Bean here and a photo booth here and a band here, not just a band, we have Last Laugh. And most importantly, the fact that all of you have shown up here is just absolutely mind-blowing, more even than all of the prayers that we're, finding out about from other continents even. And thank you very much, very, very much for coming here. There is going